name is Claire Herhold. I'm a PhD candidate in the history department, and I study museum education. Specifically, I study living history museums, which are museums where people are dressed up in costume and demonstrating historical skills. Now, traditionally, this type of museum is the target of frequent criticism from academic historians who say, this is just playing dress up, this is presenting a very sterilized, censored version of the past, and visitors who go to these museums just want to see fancy clothes and take rides in horse-drawn carriages. But about 10 years ago, an independent research firm did a study to figure out why is it that visitors go to living history museums. What they discovered from 5,000 survey responses was that overwhelmingly people go to living history museums in search of authenticity. But they also got 5,000 different definitions of what authenticity means. So that's where my research comes in. I'm trying to pinpoint what visitors are looking for in museums, what museums are delivering, and whether the result is good or interesting history. Now, broadly, these definitions visitors have of authenticity fall into two different categories. First is historical accuracy. They want to know that the information they're receiving, as well as the costumes they're seeing, the built environment they walk through, the demonstrations they participate in, are based on verifiable historical fact. This is the opposite of what academic historians often assume, but it shouldn't surprise us. We live in an era of discussions of alternative facts, of fake news. On the news, we watch people every night pulling down monuments of historical figures. Our visitors to museums are hungry for real, verifiable, diverse, inclusive history, especially our millennial visitors. And the second definition of authenticity is a little different. It's the authenticity of human connection. People go to living history museums because they're the only kind of museums where you know that a person will be in every single exhibit whose sole job is to talk to you and answer your questions, and most importantly, spend meaningful time with your children. What this suggests is that our visitors care more, just as much about the storyteller as the story. What visitors are looking for in their educational experiences is something that is collaborative and inclusive. We don't have to prove that history is relevant. Our visitors know that. What we need to prove now is that historians are relevant. And I argue in my research that instead of dismissing living history museums as playing dress up, we should embrace them as one of the most powerful tools in our toolkit. Thank you.